You knew David Finlay over in Europe. Any stories about him? I think you mentioned he was considered the policeman of the territory.
Well, I think he was, maybe earlier in his career, he was, I think people used to call him the police or the policeman of a territory, where if a promoter wanted somebody gone, they would have this particular person they would put him in a match with a person like Finlay, and they would stretch him, basically. And the story that I heard, and it was confirmed by Finlay, and when I saw him and met him in Germany, actually, in Austria, when the first time Finlay was working with WCW, I think it was the time he busted, what was his name? Steve Regal. Yeah. He busted him wide open on live TV or something. It was during that first run. Anyway, there was a local guy down in Florida. I think his name was Steve Collins. Steve the Party Animal Collins. He was friends with Kevin Sullivan. And the way I hear it is, and I don't know if this is true, but he was kind of bugging Kevin, trying to get hired in WCW. And he had a tryout here or there or something. But Kevin, I don't know if he didn't think he was good enough or he didn't want to give him a job, ended up having Fit Finlay wrestle this guy Steve. And I asked Finlay about it, and he remembered it vividly. Sullivan asked him to, and he ended up, I think he slapped this guy so hard that he blew his eardrum out. And I never saw the guy wrestle anywhere again, not just WCW. I never saw him locally in Florida anymore. I think that kind of broke his spirit for the business. But yeah, sometimes in territories you would have a guy that kind of did that. Now in Germany, Finlay was great. He was a nice guy. I saw him kind of rough up a fan one night because there was, where we wrestled in Hanover, Germany, there was a bar it was like a big tent. There was a bar where they served beer all night long while the people were watching the wrestling show. And this one night, this drunk guy was just talking all this shit about he could beat any of the wrestlers and this and that and kick everybody's ass. And the promoter, Peter William, that night, the promoter put this guy in the ring with Finlay, and Finlay just stretched him from corner to corner, post to post, just stretched this guy. I mean, he didn't beat on him or nothing, but that guy knew he was in a fight. It was funny as hell, actually. But other than that, Finlay was a great guy. He was always good to me. Always had great advice. I actually got in the ring with him during the daytime to learn stuff. Before we wrestled at night, I would, as much as I could, I would try to learn from him. So.
And I guess JBL and Bob Holly had kind of those policeman jobs in WWE at one time or another.
That's what I heard. I mean, I was long gone, but
yeah.
It was interesting because JBL was meek and mild-mannered when I was there. He was Justin Hawk Bradshaw, and he didn't really talk to anybody. He didn't get into anybody's business. You didn't see him out at bars very much at all, if any. Bob Holly was never a big partier. He never caused any big problems when I was there. But, they were there a lot longer. After I left, they were there a lot longer and their positions changed, so maybe that was the case. But I don't know, man. People talk about bullies in the business and stuff, and I think maybe some of that was going on too.